Ready for this?
I'm ready.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm Dr. Hendricks. I'm so glad because she said that she might be able to bring you next time, and so
Oh, I was excited to come.
well, go ahead and take a seat. You get to actually see her smile first. Can you believe that?
She's been my biggest supporter.
Oh,
She has. She was like, I'll take money out of my 401k. I'll do whatever it took. And I'm like, no, we'll figure this out.
Oh, that makes me happy.
she's been a good daughter.
Remember
We'll
the
have it.
blanket.
No, it's okay.
Blanket.
You
She
don't-
was a really cute little girl, and then she was a real stinky person in between, but she's really a good daughter.
The teenager years was a
I
little
was
bit
a
sticky.
terrible
She was a terrible teenager, but she was also the oldest.
The oldest get away with more.
And Dad was tough.
My dad's stuff, so.
Okay, well, we're putting this final thing on here so that we can. Okay. All right. So, I always ask the question, even though it's been a little while since we started this. Do you remember when we first started? Way back when you first had surgery, do you remember what your pain level was right after surgery?
None.
Was it really that?
It
I
was
can't
really
remember.
none.
Is that hard to believe?
Yes.
It's kind of crazy, huh?
It's still hard.
People still don't believe that. That's why I always bring it up. It's the one thing, and it's not mine. It's really the big guy upstairs. I give him credit that he just builds us to be able to withstand. And we gave you some medications to help, and we tried to do really gentle surgery. But at the end of the day, pretty neat, huh?
It was awesome.
Well, okay. That's the only question I had to really ask. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let you take off your mask and show your beautiful mother your new smile. Okay?
Ready?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my heck.
Don't make me cry. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, it's so worth it. Thanks.
It's so gorgeous.
I'm already crying. I haven't seen it. Don't do that.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're more than ready, huh?
I'm so ready.
Okay, Lisa, go ahead and take it off.
Oh my gosh. June. Oh my gosh, I love it. It is me.
It's you.
It's me.
It's Deandra, I know.
It's me. It's my baby. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I'm biased, but I like it too.
I like it. I absolutely love it.
I think
Compared to your temps, you thought you liked your temps. They seem much more
I thought I
realistic.
liked my temps. My temps, they were great, but this is beautiful.
They look
They
fantastic.
look beautiful. And they look like me.
Yeah.
They look like me.
That's probably one of the nicest compliments that you guys gave without even knowing it. When you said it's you. How did you say it a second ago? It's you.
It's me.
Yeah, that was like actually so. Thank you for that because that's what we're shooting for, right? She was beautiful to start off with. We just wanted to give her back
Yeah.
that aspect of her.
Yeah.
She's needed this. It's just, she's a really good person, a really giving person, and she just,
Thanks, Mom.
she deserves all this.
I'll pay you after. No, it's been a dream.
I said her brother said he was trying to figure out with her little mouth if you were gonna have to go to the tooth fairy and find all the little teeth out of all the little kids that lost them. Build them with those.
So
But
she'll-
they are bigger than what you lost when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just so
They
gorgeous.
are so pretty.
Here, take that. Let's show you before. So this is where we started, and then I'll show you the side by side. Look at the difference between those two.
Oh my word.
Wow. Wow.
So you know how so you see how your face got
Yep.
back to proportional, longer face.
Yep.
Here the teeth had kind of overlapped each other.
Yep.
Made you look more square. This fits your face a lot better.
It
This
does.
looks like
It fits my
Yeah, it
face
is.
so much better.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think it looks really nice. I think that it's funny when you start to do single single teeth crowns and stuff. The doctors do the best they can, but because they're putting like one band-aid on at a time, you start to lose the essence of what the person looked like at the beginning because it's like they put a patch,
Right.
and that patch is kind of relevant to what was there at the time. It's like we have an emergency, tooth comes out, they just put a crown on, but they don't see the full picture because they're not treating the whole person; they're treating that one tooth. But then what I love about what I do is I get to redesign it, and I think these teeth are proportional to what I think you probably
They are.
originally had.
That's
Yeah.
exactly they were, and I'm glad we made those last little changes too, like right before. Just I think that little bit just really,
I think it turned out awesome.
I
think
do
it's so
too.
good.
I really like that.
But the best part about it is we're walking right into Thanksgiving,
I know, I get to eat.
and you're gonna chew and eat, and then
So excited.
that's the lifestyle part, right? Because we already got you too thin. I
Yeah.
would agree. She needs to put on some weight, huh?
Well, I've had a lot of Jello, a lot of pudding, a lot of things that
Well, and
With
you were
whole
one of the
milk.
most compliant patients,
Oh,
and I
geez.
just appreciated that. Like, some people know how to push the limits. I don't have to look very far, and I can. There's some- See my dad over there.
I like say you told me that if you could do his, you can do mine.
Oh,
so-
that's the
That's
truth.
right.
That's the honest truth.
She has
So.
been so determined through this. I mean, I cannot believe how she has just stayed so on target. And
Well,
I tried.
well, we appreciate that, and it's made our jobs easy. And the best part about it is we've enjoyed just getting to know you.
Well, thank
And
you.
I think
she's a pretty nice person.
there's some
guys
people
too.
where we just vibrate the same way. We just are kindred spirits, and I
That's how
really,
I felt with you. Remember, I told you, I said, he reminds me of Hayden's teacher. Because my son had a teacher, he had him for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I'm still blessed. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. And you just had that awesome.
Well, and you know, honestly, it's one thing to go change someone out here, but inside, like you can tell people are just beautiful
Oh,
inside.
yeah.
It was easy to work with you from the beginning.
Thank
You have a beautiful inside, but you have a beautiful frame out here, which makes it easier for me too.
Thank you.
And at the end of the day, I think it all kind of came together. But so, one question I have for you that I'm trying to, this is the new question I want to ask every patient moving
Okay.
forward. And so this is a question more like, what would you, and now this, I'm not asking you to endorse, this is not like choose Dr. Hendricks. This is more for someone, anybody that's going through this process with any doctor.
Right.
What advice do you give them as far as like how to survive, soft diet, you know, day after surgery? Is there anything that you did that's like, gosh, if I do this all over again, I would either do this differently or this is what really helped a ton?
I think everything I just trying to figure out what to eat. Like I just found, and I made things like Jello or my puddings with different cinnamons and things like that. Just added different things just to get me to, shells and cheese is a really good one.
Try this.
Okay.
Just try it different ways and stuff, but
As far as hygiene, initially those temps, they're a lot harder to clean.
they
You'll
are a
notice that.
lot harder. Yes,
And
definitely.
was there anything that helped a little bit with that, or did you find anything that I'm always looking for ways we can improve the process? It's like
Just
for-
routine. I mean, like I specifically did it pretty much every day at a certain time. Because I had to have my Diet Coke in the mornings. And after I had my Diet Coke, then I could
She
move
got that from
then I could move on with
someone.
But yeah, it was just kind of about my timing. Like I figured out like when my break time was, and then that's when I did my rinse and everything. And then after work, I was able to get something to really, eat quickly, and then my rinse again. And then so it was kind of just my
Yeah.
routine, just kind of trying to stick to a routine.
awesome.
That helped me a lot.
And she was never obedient like that with me.
I'm probably still not.
Where were you when you were 17?
Well, kids, I have 4 of them, so I understand. But no, I just want to say I really appreciate you. Give you a couple of words just of wisdom. Remember, there's 3 things. There's 3 keys to keeping this device long term. I want this device to be forever for
Me
you.
too.
So we have the right tools. I think
Yep.
you have those already.
No, I don't have the tools yet.
Okay. So we're gonna send you a text.
Okay.
That we make sure you guys send that text to her. It has all like the updated stuff that I currently use in my own home.
Okay.
Like it's all on Amazon.
Okay.
It's easy. But basically, you need a spin brush,
Okay,
you need a
got
water
that.
pick,
Got that.
and you need 2 attachments special for just this device. One's like a 180. They're both bridge accessories.
Okay.
One is a 180 degree, so the water can swing in and around.
Okay.
Okay, and the other one is a smaller head for your spin brush.
Okay.
That will make it so that you can be very fine tuned and make sure you're getting the edges of each of these implants. Okay, and then the last thing is the floss.
Yeah.
You know, and that'll be a link too.
Okay.
So you're going to use a spin brush, a water pick with those specific accessories,
Okay.
and then you're going to use a special floss that's a little bit thicker that has a foam pad in between it.
Okay.
And then, you know, and flossing wise, you don't have to do it every day. Some people do it a couple times a week, and even if you're doing it just once a week, would probably be better than most of the patients do.
Okay.
But it's a great check. If you see yourself bleeding, that means that you're getting food caught in that area. You need to work a little harder, and once it heals up, we'll stop bleeding.
Okay.
So unlike most people think, when it bleeds, you're doing something wrong. No, actually, you want to floss more, and that's what will cause it to start to be healthy. Hopefully, you don't
Okay.
get to that point.
Hopefully it won't.
But if you do,
Yeah.
that's how
Okay.
you kind of work it. And when we
Okay.
come back for our cleanings, the first clean will be in 4 months.
Okay.
And that one will be the most important one that you have your whole life, because that's when we're going to baseline and see, are all the screws tight? Okay. Like we had a patient come in just today that failed to come back at that appointment, and she went almost a year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
More than a year, I can't
I
remember.
won't do that with
And what happened was that the device got loose, she didn't know it, and then she bit down and actually fractured the zirconia. It's very difficult to break the zirconia, it's very
Right.
hard, but just like everything, it has to be supported evenly.
Right.
And so it kind of dislodged a little bit, and she bit down, and it was just the right pressure. So now we're gonna work, and we'll work with her and everything, but at the end of the day, I hate when that happens.
Right.
So just make sure that you are, you know, so the first cleaning at 4 months, it's not just a cleaning, it's a maintenance visit where we're gonna check each screw.
Okay.
We're gonna check your bite again. We're gonna talk to you about what's working, what areas that are looking good. We'll actually look at your gums. If there's any area that you're kind of missing, we're gonna teach you how to get to that area. So you're welcome to bring your actual tools in with you.
Okay.
We'll work with you. You don't have to, but if you want to, if you're like someone's like, gosh, it seems like this one area is kind of tricky,
Right.
bring it in, watch you use your stuff, and we'll show you how to work it.
Okay.
Okay. Am I missing anything else, guys?
No.
I think.
If it get loose,
You
call
know
right
me.
away.
I'll call.
Yeah, so people say why? So what would cause something to get loose? Typically, they don't. I would say 9 out of 10 patients they don't. But you know, if you're under a lot of stress and you're grinding, you never had two pieces of, even your natural teeth weren't as hard as these. And so if you go through a stressful week at work, and let's say you get a new pillow and you're just a certain way, and you're grinding and clenching, and you have a little bit of sleep apnea and jaws all over the place, just trying to keep you alive.
You know me.
Well, we're looking in the mirror here.
We are.
She
We
always
get
wants
each
to come
other
on
on
her
this.
conversation. But, serious, she always wants to. But so that's why sometimes you get asymmetric vibration. That happens simply because your body is always adjusting.
Right.
But the first couple of years, really, you're really kind of getting adapted to having something so hard. So these first couple of years, as we do the cleanings, we actually check the bite as if we're looking at it for the first time, and we look for those. So until we see you go 6 months without a screw coming loose, we're still going to continue to adjust it.
Okay.
And even when it's fully adjusted, we'll still check the bite because it's something I'm always interested in. Is it optimized? Is there any way we can make it even better? And so people do fantastic. If you're that 1 in 10 patients where the device comes loose, nothing's wrong. It just means that we have some excursive movement or some movement that's causing a little bit of vibration. And if it's like you're in a grinding or a clenching mode, you don't even know it. You're probably unconsciously doing it.
Right.
So then we have to just search for that. And once we find it, we're golden, and we have to worry about it again. So just know that's not a big deal. But if it does get loose, how do you know? Like right now, if you grab a hold of them, they don't move at all, right? You
Right.
can just, if you feel any movement, any vibration, and you will know this. You're
I've
actually very
had it.
keen to this, right?
Yeah, I've had it a couple times.
So you kind of.
And yeah, yeah. Been there. What about a guard, a mouth guard?
Night guard, yes.
Yeah, night guard.
So I like to, so we'll take an impression,
Okay,
and then we'll get that to you. I typically like to wait
okay,
till the 4 months.
okay.
And the reason why for that is because if I introduce the night guard too early, it's like, if you have any, like say you get some spasming of your jaw, it's very, very rare, we would know if it's because of what we introduced. It's like right now, this is already a lot to introduce to your mouth.
Right.
So,
Okay.
now, if you're 2 months down the road and you're like, Doc, I really feel like I am grinding the heck out of these, can we move forward? Yes. You come in, we'll take an impression. So we'll listen to you for sure.
Okay.
But if things are, I just like to see how things go because I want to see if the teeth, if the screws stay tight for the next 4 months.
Okay.
Then it's like I can give you the night guard. We go to 6 months,
Okay.
and now we start to hit kind of like autopilot, where it's like I know you know how to take care of it. The screws are nice and tight. I'll give you the night guard, and then it's like you kind of start to flap your wings and you fly away. So this first 4 months are still kind of
Okay.
we want to make sure we're going the extra mile. Some doctors just say Albendazole and they never see him again, and they don't care less they do any cleanings. It's just I'm a control freak, and I want to
I
control
want
just
that.
because
No, I want that. I
want
need
this
that.
last part, so we love you,
I need
and
that.
sometimes we none of us are really actually really good at this because we're all lovers by nature.
No.
I don't have like anybody that has a hard hand in this office, but sometimes we'll be like, hey, you really got to do a better job. You know, we'll say, you know, we'll give
I'll
you a
send you a text.
kick in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you send you a text. That's fine. Remember, we don't want to have conversations like send them a text, let them know, and then let them have their freak out moment at home. We don't want to have it here. So, any other
Some of
questions?
my kids, just because they know they can feel the tone of it.
No, I'm good. You have any questions?
No, I'm just thrilled.
I know.
Well, we love you, and let me give you a hug.
I love it.
Thank
I
you
wish
so
I was
much.
going to school
Appreciate
today.
it.
I'd take her for
Thank
show
you.
and
You're
tell.
And thank you for my team. Like, there's
You
no way I could
guys
do
are
this without you guys.
awesome. You guys are awesome.
She has just said nothing but nice things.
I totally love, yeah, I said, you sorry, you're my
You're part of the
You
dream
look
team now.
beautiful.